welcome back to West Mercia Police's headquarters, specifically the headquarters canteen, more of which in a moment or two. I'm here with the Chief Constable Alex Murray. Alex, can I just first acknowledge that this is my favourite canteen in the whole of the UK police estate.
Oh, okay. Well, you should go to Staffordshire Police's canteen. That's
Stafford,
quite nice.
okay.
Yeah.
I will actually in Staffordshire next week, so
okay,
I'll
well,
see.
You can
that's
create a little
perfect.
tally. Yeah.
I will go and have a look.
Policing TV leaderboard.
A ranking there. So this is the reason we're going to head outside here, and actually, the food is great, but actually this is part of the reason why I think it's the best police canteen in the whole of the UK estate. So you were telling me this is a fish pond beneath us, and look at the view, just stunning. Right, so if you just allow us to have the view as the backdrop. There we are. We'll go just there to get the lighting a little bit better. I'm keen to hear your reflections on the last 2 years that you've had in West Mercia. The first year of which was as Deputy Chief Constable, and more recently as Chief Constable. And I'm interested to hear from you what it is about those 2 years that you draw particular satisfaction from, some of the success stories that there have been here in West Mercia Police.
Well, firstly, it's always important to stress that we build on the legacy of others. And I followed in the footsteps of Chief Constable Pippa Mills, who's now in the Metropolitan Police, and my predecessor when he was Dep is Julian, and they had a big programme of changing West Mercia Police, you know, the culture, some of the technology, and so on the shoulders of those giants I continued the mission really, and the last chief, incredibly engaged with the workforce, really lifted morale, and I sought to do the same as well. And so me as part of a wider team have delivered, I think, quite a lot. And when I talk about the wider team, I'm talking about our 5,000 staff. You know, everyone's had a role to play. Firstly, it's important to recognise the USP of policing. So, you know, someone is in trouble, they need help and they need it now. So how do we operate from a performance point of view? Now, often performance is seen as this sort of unhelpful word, but ultimately it's delivering great level of service, whether that's victim satisfaction or solving crime. And I think over the last 2 years we've made some strides in relation to improving the amount of crime we solve, and crime has gone down, which is good. It's gone down in many areas, but I think we're particularly good at problem solving here. So that's been a real pleasure to see, and my force has a huge amount of ambition to improve more in that space. You know, when you're burgled, I want to see you as a victim, the chance of you getting an offender brought to justice much higher, in the same way if you're assaulted. So we've operated quite a lot in that space. Secondly, West Mercia hasn't been previously blessed with a technological platform that is fit for our ambition, and again we have made great strides recently in stabilising and building the platform. So we've rolled out 365, we've rolled out laptops, we've rolled out mobile phones. We have a Power Apps team that is knocking out Power Apps that mean that things are more intuitive and easier to do from a technological perspective. Our head of data here, a guy called Matt Stiff, is leading a data-driven project that improves the visualization and information that our leaders have to understand what's working well and what's not working well. We've increased the amount of personal protection that people have, so the amount of tasers, for example, and some of the fleet we've managed to improve. So from a number of aspects, I think we're making advances. We've got some big platforms like every police force has, and we've stabilised some of those. They were a bit rocky, so our command and control platform we've managed to stabilise. So I say our force, and our force vision is that we are a people-led, people right at the centre, tech-enabled crime-fighting organisation. And if anything, over the last 2 years, it's just consolidating our efforts in people, tech and crime in the widest sense. So how do we prevent crime? How do we prevent the vulnerable from being exploited by criminals? So quite a wide definition of how we fight crime. And I think that's been our challenge. And then also just lifting the morale of the organisation, trying to of my team, of the wider team, to say, look, we're here under a common purpose to serve the public. I think we've made some strides in that area, but I want everyone to be on fire for West Mercia Police, and clearly I've got a long way to go.
Let me take this opportunity to thank you and your team here for facilitating this visit by Policing TV, to wish you and the force every success, for the force in their future performance, for you in your future career. It's been a real pleasure visiting you here in West Mercia. Chief Constable Alex Murray, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Bernard.